Welcome to Sports Illustrated's Experts Corner. I'm Peter King. At this point, who do you think makes the Super Bowl? You know, at this point, I think the front runner for the Super Bowl has to be the New York Giants to repeat as champions. They've played all comers so far this year. They've played a pretty tough schedule. They went to San Francisco. They wiped the floor with the 49ers. One of the things about this Giant team is they have the quarterback who plays the best in the fourth quarter. So right now, I'd probably take the Giants over Houston in the Super Bowl in New Orleans. How would you grade Peyton Manning so far in 2012? Peyton Manning, to me, so far in the first half of his comeback season, I think you'd have to give him an A. I'd shy away from an A+ only because of his first half in Atlanta, you know, when he was so lousy in week 2. But I think if you look at him right now at the season's midpoint, he said to me in training camp this summer that, look, my neck is going to get better week by week by week. You know, the nerve is going to get better week by week. And that's what we've seen. And to basically be on pace for a 4,800-yard passing season when you come back after 4 neck procedures in 2 years, I think is fantastic. Why do the Cowboys struggle so much? The Cowboys struggle to me because of their tremendous inconsistency. You see them fall behind against the New York Giants and then storm back and play so well. And I think there's a couple of reasons for it. There's no question that Tony Romo has made some ill-advised throws. He's made some terrible throws. However, and I think this is a big however, he's not getting nearly enough help from his running game. His running game just doomed him against the New York Giants. And he's got a tremendously inconsistent offensive weapon in Dez Bryant. You really never know which Dez Bryant is going to show up. I like Dez Bryant. I'd keep him on the team. I think he's got a chance to be a very, very good receiver, but he's been an inconsistent player and person in his young career with the Cowboys. What team has impressed you the most this year? The most impressive team to me, compared to what I saw in training camp, without any question, is the Miami Dolphins. I've loved what I've seen out of Ryan Tannehill. I've loved what I've seen out of their offensive line. Their weapons have been better than what people thought. Brian Hartline at wide receiver, Devon Bess, Reggie Bush. I think Anthony Fasano was an underrated presence at tight end. Watch how they rush the passer. Watch Cameron Wake and how he's adjusted, moving from outside linebacker to defensive end in the 4-3. He's been terrific. I love what I've seen out of this team. What team has disappointed you the most this year? The most disappointing team to me has been the New Orleans Saints. Everybody knew that the Saints were going to fall off just a little bit without their head coach and with all the mayhem of the offseason. But I think that is a little bit of an excuse that's been used way too much. The real reason why they've struggled mightily, I think, you know, for the first half of the 2012 season is their poor adaptation to Steve Spagnuolo's new defense. I mean, they've allowed more yards this year than any team has in the first half of an NFL season. The fault is more the defense than the outside mayhem. What team is the best team in the AFC? I believe the Texans are the best team in the AFC, and I believe they will reach the Super Bowl. I think one of the things that you look at when you look at Houston is, what are they poor at? You know, other than watching Aaron Rodgers shred their defense, and Jonathan Joseph, he's a very good cornerback, just have a bad day in that game. I can look at them in every other game this year and say they've either been dominant or close to dominant. And one of the reasons is they've gotten some incredible play out of J.J. Watt and a defense that a lot of people hasn't known until this year, but now they're getting more guys, different players, led by Watt, led by Brooks Reed, Connor Barwin. You don't know these guys, they're not household names, but I think they're going to play well for the Texans down the stretch. And even if they, in the outside chance they have to go on the road in the playoffs, I think they're the best team in the AFC.